Hi, this is Richard C. answering another question submitted by a student who is probably taking Algebra 2. And I think really the big difficulty here is really more about notation than anything else. We have two functions, f and g, and we're asked to find f of g. That's the way we would use in words, we would call that f of g of x. And that notation is very confusing, but we can make it a little easier to figure out by just rewriting it. Now, I don't know what happened there. We're just going to rewrite this as f of g of x. So the notation on the left, this notation, is the same as this. This is just a lot friendlier, a lot easier to work with. These are called composite functions, by the way, or this is called a composite of functions. And just FYI. Also, I want to mention that this is used a lot in calculus. So if you are going to be going on to take calculus, you'll be using this quite a lot. So what we do is we carry the f. We carry the outer function, which in this case is f, and we replace g of x with its expression. So this is going to be 3 minus x squared. So that's the easy step. And now we have to apply the f rule to this new argument. This thing in the bracket is called an argument. So normally the argument is just a single variable all by itself, but the argument can also be an expression. Now the f rule, if I said the f rule in words, it would say, the words would be something like, take what you give me, I'm going to take what you give me, which is x in this case, I'm going to take what you're going to give me, I'm going to multiply you by 4, and then I'm going to subtract 2 from you. So I'm going to take what you gave me, which in this case is 3 minus x squared. I'm going to multiply you by 4 and subtract 2 from you. And that's the answer here. And we can distribute this and get 12 minus 2. So this is going to be negative 4x squared, if you want to just simplify it. So that's 12 minus 2 is going to be 10 here. And that's it. So you can see it's pretty easy. It's just the notation that I think is problematic. I'm going to just change colors just to make it a little more interesting. I like to use this green color. And we'll do this other one, g of f of x. So I see. Okay, I have the wrong tool. There we go. So g, only I'm going to write it in this friendlier notation. So I'm going to carry the outer function, which is g here, and replace f of x with what it is. It's 4x and that's an easy step. It's just replacing f of x with what f of x is. And now we're going to apply the g rule. Now the g rule is whatever you give me, I'm going to square you and subtract you from 3. So I'm going to square you, 4x minus 2 squared. I'm going to square you, and then I'm going to subtract you from 3. Because that's what the g rule is. Whatever you give me, which is x, I'm going to square you and subtract you from 3. So here I am. I'm squaring you and subtracting you from 3. So now we just continue to simplify this. So it'd be 3 minus, and now we'll have to FOIL this out. So you're going to get 16x squared, then negative 8, negative 8x. Yeah, let's just write this. Let's make it easier for you to see. It's 3 minus 4x minus 2 times 4x minus 2. Right? It has to be FOILed. So we're going to get a 16 squared, then negative 8x. Negative 8x is negative 16x plus 4. Okay, so now one last step. So this will be negative 16x squared plus 16x negative minus 1. Okay, so that'll be the answer for that one. So that's just a little algebra just to clean it up a little bit, make it friendlier, easier to look at. There's nothing really fancy going on there. So it looks hard. I think you kind of get scared off because of the notation is just really ugly. F of g of x like that with an open circle. There's similar notation for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I won't go into that because that's not being asked here. I'm not going to turn this into a whole-blown lesson on composite functions, but these are the more difficult ones. And hopefully you saw it. You can see it clearly now. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoy what's left of your algebra course, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.